Hey y'all, I'm Catherine and I love getting on here and talking about my Seint makeup. I am a Seint artist, but I like to call myself a Seint makeup enthusiast because I love getting on here, talking about it, sharing about it, helping people that, I don't know, I just love getting on here and helping people. If you need to troubleshoot, cool. If you just like watching the videos, cool. Thanks for being here. I want to say this palette, I decorated myself. I get a lot of questions about it, and this is just a plain, it's called Vanilla palette that we sell on the website, but these were stickers I already had, and I wanted a floral palette, so I had to make it. I am in a hurry. My 8th grade son, today is his last day, so next year is high school. They're having an assembly, and my husband's coming to pick me up. I have about 40 minutes to be ready to walk out the door, so not that long to do my makeup. So I'm gonna just do my makeup quickly how I would if I'm in a hurry. And I sat down and wasn't totally prepared. I tend to talk too much, and that's what makes my videos get a little long, but I do wanna say skin prep is key. We'll get more into that later. I mention it in other videos, but I always, even though I already skin prepped, I do put a little bit of the Seint Stay Spray on before I get started, just as a little like refresher. I'm gonna be using the blush bronzer brush today. I'll try to do my whole face with that, well, unless I do eyes. So when I have to get ready in a hurry, I just go in with my main shade and I just stipple it in. I am tapping. I don't worry about not putting it where I'm putting contour. I do not go up. If I'm planning on brightening my eyes, where you put the lighter shade, then I will not bring my main shade all the way up under my eyes. I just don't want to have too much product there. It's real easy to get too much product under your eyes and it not look very flattering. And then at this point, I will go in with my contour, and I'm still just using that dense end. And I'm using the second darkest shade of contour that we have. And look, it's not super scary. It's called Indigo, and it's a warmer contour. And your contour is stiffer. So this is what I mean. Like, I can't do my makeup and not talk. I just want to share all the things. So we'll see how this goes. So this is a warmer contour. A lot of times when sometimes I have to press in. I've had this one since I signed up 2.5 years ago. I should probably get a new one, but I don't even know what I was saying. Oh well. Okay, so just bring that down. I always just go ahead and blend my jaw contour right away because I tend to forget. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use the shade I'm using to brighten. I will just put on with my finger just because I like the warmth. And this has kind of a greenish tone to it, so my main is a little warmer, and this brightener has a little green to it, so I feel like it neutralizes it and they pair up well together. And also it covers up the redness of my nose really good because I do have a red nose. And then I always, well, I can't say always, that's an exaggeration, but I always like to blend out with my finger around my eyes. I just like the warmth of my finger. I just feel like it helps it blend smoother. This could all be in my head. I don't know. It's just what I do. One of those things. Okay. All right. And next I'm going in with Bella Bronzer, and then I have our Glow Illuminator. It's our cream illuminator. It's our darker one. And I just mix the two to create like a glowy bronzer. And I'm just gonna assist the blending of the contour with my bronzer. And so my makeup's gonna be like extra glowy because I have that Glow Illuminator, but it's just so pretty. I remember when I saw somebody do this, I was like, that is genius. And then I'll even take my bronzer down my neck. You just want everything to be cohesive and match. I try to always get my ears. And then I know that's not blended out yet. I'm just letting it warm up to my face. I will usually take, this is Frenchie, and I use this quite a bit. I use it as a base blush. It helps me color correct on my cheek area where I need some more assistance, and I'll just put it down. Sometimes I wear it alone, but when I have any sort of tan, it doesn't show up as much, and I love blush. I want my blush to show up. So then I will go on top with something a little brighter and stipple that on. So I got my Frenchie on first. That helps with discoloration and helps color correct. Some people use that Frenchie under their eyes. I try not to layer too much. I experiment, and that's what's fun. Experiment with your Seint makeup. And I turn my blush over and I am just fluffing it. And then I'm gonna take just the bronzer on just the edge of this brush and go down the sides of my nose. So I'm not contouring. I don't always contour my nose. I'm still kind of mastering that. But if I feel I need to go back in with anything, I will. And I don't like to be too bright under my eyes just because I feel like that accentuates texture. I'm gonna go back in, see how there is like a little bit of blush left over. Just kind of dab it around or just get it off on my hand. But this will not, it won't turn my face pink. These brushes were made for these creams, but if you're ever nervous about it, just kind of go like this. Sometimes I'll have a towel in my lap and kind of rub it in the towel. I have white jeans on right now. That was not smart. Okay. And then I will just make sure, because you know I put that on very fast, and so I'll just make sure everything's blended nicely. And I'm gonna put on a quick little eyeshadow. Got the eyeshadow brush on this side. I have my powders. I am gonna put on just Cupcake real quick just to smooth out. I put my main highlight on my lids. So this will set that and make your eyeshadows blend so nice and smooth. I haven't even thought this through. I'm wearing gold, so I'm gonna go in with a warmer brown. I always just tap that off to get off, you know, excess. It helps not have too much fallout. And I don't usually do my eyeshadow first. I know some people do to prevent getting like an eyeshadow mess all over their makeup. This is Bubba. I love Bubba. It's really pretty. It is a warmer brown, but it's not the warmest of the warm, if that makes any sense. And sometimes, depending on the brush I'm using, what I feel like my eyelids are doing, I do have slightly hooded eyes, but I'll sometimes pat in my color like so, and then swirl about to just make sure it's blended. I feel like any eyeshadow can look pretty if it's blended. Any colors can go together if it's blended nice. Take that small end, you know, our brushes are double-ended, and just gently go, whoop, to a different color there. On the lower lash line. And see, should I use a shimmer? Sure. I'm gonna go with Bright Eyes. This is a pretty shimmer. It's a special occasion. Maybe somebody will take a picture of us. We're really bad about pictures. Anybody else horrible about pictures? And then I really like to have a brighter inner corner. So there's this color Drift, and I usually just take my pinky. I feel like everybody needs Drift. Drift or Sabrina you need in your palette. And then I will just take the fluffy end of the brush. You could go back in with Cupcake and do this next step, or just use your powder. And I'm just gently going over it just to make sure it's nice and blended. And then if I am feeling like that redness is getting a little stubborn, this is where I'll give it a little extra love. I'm gonna go in, put a little more. Sometimes you might need to use your main highlight if you're needing a darker color, because if you, it'll still look somewhat bright. My nose, I tell you, it just gives me a headache sometimes. And then I know I was just using this for eyeshadow, but I just want to be fast. I'm going to take my setting powder and just set that. And then, let's see, I want to use one brush. So I'm just going to use this fluffy end. It's big, but I don't have anything next to my setting powder right now, so I'm not too worried. But I'm going to just set in certain areas, like so. I don't set all the way under my eyes. Let me do this little trick I like to do. I will just take, I'll kind of dip back and forth between my main and my brightening, and use it as like a little magic eraser. Like that. And I think once I get some lipstick on, I'm just gonna reuse this. It's mine, so I'm not worried about, you know, this being on my eyes and my lips. I'm gonna use this to gently line my lips. I'm using my contour. And just a rough little line there. And then I have this color Royal. It's a gloss. And it's a really pretty, I don't know what color. It's just really pretty. Not too pink, you know? And then if I feel like if I want a little more of a glow, I'll put that same Royal up here, just kind of use it as a blush topper. Like that, and give a little bit more of a glow. And okay, I'm gonna get mascara on and I'll be right back, okay? All right, so that's it. And oh no, that cannot be it. I am doing something out of order. I want y'all to remember, usually before I set with the powder, I will go in with my dampened sponge, and I will just be sure, usually after I've done my magic eraser trick, I will go through and just make sure I pick up any excess with the dampened sponge. If your sponge is too wet, too saturated, it might pick up too much makeup. You want to be careful. Another reason why it might be picking up too much makeup is if you have too much on. So after this step, I would normally go in and powder, but I gotta go. I'm in a hurry. So that's that. I will share my Instagram handle above, and I will also share a link for you to go to my link tree. You will have to copy and paste because, you know, I have like 20 subscribers and it won't let me have a clickable link. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So thank you for watching, and yeah, y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. I probably should have put waterproof mascara on. Oh well. All right. Bye, y'all.